Today, we're heading into one of the most stacked areas in gray zone warfare, Fort Narith. This place has no shortage of entry points, but the one I'm showing you today is from the training course side, one of the safest and smoothest ways to get inside. Whether you're just looking to fill your bags with loot or get familiar with tier 3 areas, this route will give you a huge confidence boost without throwing you straight into the chaos. I'll show you how to clear the path, where to check for loot, and how to get in and out without drawing too much attention. So let's hit the training course side and get you comfortable looting up Fort Narith, the smart way. Alright guys, today we are on over at Fort Narith. I'm going to be showing you guys a couple different entry points. If you're running as a solo, even with a squad, it's really up to you. A few entry points that I like doing, mainly as a solo player in PvE. It's a lot different in PvP because I don't like being around Fort Narith in PvP, but that's a whole nother story. Weapon of choice today, I'm going to show you my full kit. Weapon of choice today, DDM4, 10.5-inch barrel with the CTR stock. We have the, like I said, 10.5-inch barrel. We have the JPGS gas block, QAC QD flash hider, with the QDSS suppressor installed, 19.5 handguard with our angled foregrip, M600IB and PEC, with the H2 and the Hollow Sun high mount. H2 aim point. A lot of people do not like this red dot, but I love it. I love how precise and how small the dot is because I could really pick my shots with it. DD foregrip, the Supreme charging handle, and the 60-round mag. We have 3 of them with M855 in them. We got the Delta bag in case we do get a lot of good loot. Phantom, GSSHs, Boonie Hat because the Boonie Boys, Locust Tees. I like running these whenever I have them. Nice little tinted goggles. We're running the camo mask. We have a little bit of a camo, like multi-cam tropics kind of vibe going right now. And DDM4, like I said, belt. If you guys run the Type 2, the belt bag is actually lighter than the Type 2, so keep that in mind. 4 gray lemonades in case we do need to be hydrated a little bit. EMT kit full of meds, the Cert kit, 2 blood kits, 2 methyl for if we just want to run around and try and get to exfils. If we're a little heavier and we want a little bit more stamina to get to those areas, helps it a lot. Extra bandages, extra splints, 2 HPRs if in case we do get into some sticky situations and we do need to run one of these. Oris for some broken bones, EPO. Not a big fan of these. I feel like they don't really work too well, but that is for blood regeneration. Another blood bag. Wallet in case we do find some money and some credit cards, and then I have my absolute master key case. Bandages, painkillers, CT kit splints. That's that. This is the first entry point we're going to be entering in is the Delta 3 going into training course. Now I like going this way because training course, a couple guys are going to take out, shooting range, a couple guys. Our main objective is getting into this tent right here. It's going to have the code for the underground armory, which is one of the best loot locations for equipment in the game. So our main objective is hit that, clear shooting range, jump over shooting range, get the underground armory, and from there, if we wanted to, we could hit up infirmary to see if we can get some stretches maybe more meds if we wanted. But I'm probably gonna avoid that area today. I'm gonna be, our main objective is to go armory, come up here, get behind canteen, get into headquarters, and that'll be our main point of this video is getting into headquarters from 3 different areas. So let's start from the Delta 3 area and head into training course and see if we can get a nice little clean entry and exit out of it. Our first target is going to be the guy up in the tower here. We're going to move up just a little bit. One main tip for all you new guys, some people also, some experienced guys also play a little bit too fast. But take your time, Move nice and slow, pick your shots if you can. Obviously, sometimes you get into those situations where you need to get a little more quick and active in some fights, but for the most part, pick your fights, take it nice and slow. Oh, we got another guy right here. Don't get too ahead of ourselves. That's the main objective here. Hop on this. We're gonna see if we can maybe take out a couple more guys in the training course. We took out the guy up top. Took out the guy at the main entrance. Not seeing much else over here, so we're actually gonna jump this. Also, if we see any green beret guys, we're gonna try and loot them up. Another one at this blue building here. Pretty sure I killed him. Alright. Then we're going to be looking at this next tower. Usually has someone in it. I think I could just see him. So we're going to crouch up a little bit. Adjust. And it looks like he's still up. Again, we have a 10.5-inch barrel, so our bullets aren't really hitting him at a super fast speed right now. Because it is only M855, it does have a hard time piercing with those smaller barrels. Other guy down there. We're gonna have a couple guys here. We're gonna mag check real quick 29. We're just gonna reload just to keep it nice and safe. Fill up that mag. And just continue working our way up. Again, our main objective is to get into that tent, but before we do that, we're gonna make sure no one's really watching the right here.
It's a great career, they said. I can't believe I fell for that shit.
That guy's not too happy about joining the LAF. I mean, if he wanted to, and if he wanted to live today, he could surrender, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We got one guy down here. I don't know if he's looking at me, but just so we can not have to worry about him, let's drop him. That might bring in a little aggro from behind us and even in front of us. So the key thing about this, if you do find these key codes and you have a bad memory like me, definitely. We gotta watch off that too. Okay, well, we're getting shot at. So before we grab this code, we're gonna see if we can figure out where we're getting shot at here. Now again, I'm only running red dot. You don't need to do what I'm doing, by the way. If you have a different weapon choice, definitely run it. Run something you're comfortable with in Fort Narith if you're having a hard time with it. I think we took that guy out, so we have 8731. 8731, we're going to be careful here. We're going to take cover behind this. Write that down. 8731. Now, do we have to actually kill this guy in front of us? No. We're going to try to, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Maybe. If we get eyes on, it looks like he's actually just right of that tent. So we aggroed towards barracks too. But for the most part, I think we could still avoid those guys and just worry about the guys over at shooting range here. Take them out, and then I'm going to show you the route I take out of shooting range, so we don't have to go fight those guys. You gotta be careful for those bunker guys. If you do aggro them, kind of like I did there, they will literally push up the ramp and try and get an angle on you. Check these guys real quick. AK-19, perfect. We love our M855 out of these. Another good thing about AK-19s, they still sell for a really good amount right now. They usually sell for around like 1.1k, I think. Loot up the guys with the green berets and AK-12s because they always have BS ammo, which is really good 5.45 ammo. You also have a chance at getting rare keys from those guys, like the ATC and the firing range, where I am at the moment, the shooting range. Ammo box, maybe get some A1 out of here. SR is pretty good. PP we can buy. Double tracer, not gonna worry about that right now. I usually try and just loot up as much stuff that I can't actually buy. That's the stuff I'm really worried about. Everything else is kind of like whatever. Because I don't want to be super heavy getting out of here. Unless we get an absolute haul of a loot run. So this one might be sketchy. I like hopping up here and going over the fence. Sounds like we might have aggroed another one just outside the fence there. So let's maybe take a peek around here first before we jump over. Yeah, it sounds like he's just to our right. Alright, there he goes. Let's top up our mag real quick, because we might have to take out about 5 people while we're hopping over here. So let's hop over. It's always a sketchy hop, but it's the best and quickest way to get into the armory here. Looks like the guy at the van might have aggroed either towards us or he's not there at the moment. And then from here, we're just going to work our way down and try and get inside here. Alright, so far we're looking pretty good.
Hey, put your hands in the air and walk towards me, asshole. You hear me?
Okay, so we got 2 down there. We're gonna loot this real quick.
Come out. Throw down
Gonna phantom out of it. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna be very heavy just because we are carrying another phantom. Let's cant this real quick.
Come out. We're not done here.
Because he's not facing us, we're gonna go really slow here. We'll be able to kill him without him even noticing we're around.
You think you can run forever? I'll find you.
Beautiful. Lucky for us, this is already opened. I'm pretty sure we came at the perfect time to actually have all this stuff not closing on us. And everything just respawned. Look at these tables. Sometimes they have some decent stuff on it. Grips, like that. Little gemstone ring, not bad. We'll check outside before we enter here. Make sure everything's looted up off on these guys. We don't need another nade, but we can bring one in. I guess we do need a nade. We were trying to get into HQ after all. AK-19. Ooh, another AK-19. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna detach that. And we're gonna make it so we can literally just store that. We'll unload that. I made 55A1 out of that. That's actually really nice to have. We'll throw all the stuff we're not using in this Phantom. We will store this right here. Another nade, just in case. Again, we are going to be very heavy now, so keep that in mind. M2, 2 M2s, not bad. Again, if you wanted to, you can literally come in here and just loot this area. You don't even need to go into headquarters, unless you're going in there for like a task or something. AK-12, this is probably going to have BS. Perfect, throw that in there. Another AK-19. Again, we can literally, you know what? Let's do this instead. Instead of grabbing the Phantoms, we're just going to grab all the guns. Phantoms are good to have, but I have a decent amount of Phantoms. So I'm going to drop this, and we're really just going to come in for the guns, because these guns just give us a lot more money than a Phantom would. And finding these AK-19s with voodoos and stuff like that, phenomenal. Unload that. Tomorrow I'm at 5.5. We'll stack the BS down here. M62, ring, stack everything on this side, so we could pick up some more weapons if we need to. Ammo. See if we can maybe get some A1. M62 is good. M62 is really good. I've actually just tested M62 versus M61. M62 and M61 do not penetrate level 3++ armor around 300 yards. M62 and M61 penetrate RPC vests, so 3+, at 300 yards. So you might as well just use the M62, because you find it a lot more often, and it just looks cooler because it's a tracer. All right, we'll keep going in. A decent little loot out of there, money-wise anyway. We could have grabbed a Phantom, but again, we don't need a Phantom right now. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. If we want to, we could take the guys out at ACT right now, because these guys at ACT are probably, they have the chance of aggroing us when we're actually inside of headquarters on the staircase. Take care of those guys. Blue building, I think, is going to have one guy. So before we actually move up into headquarters, we are going to take care of ACT real quick. Before we take care of this guy, let's reload and make sure we're chilling. Okay, so this guy might be inside, or he's just on the other side of this little building here. Quick reaction to take care of that guy. Do we need to take care of this guy in front? Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to just make sure we have no more threats in the area that we're going to. Make sure there's no one else sitting in here. Looks fine. We're gonna try and see what we're getting shot at. It might be this thing, this guy right here. I don't even know if that's a guy. We have one guy way down here. We're gonna see if we can tap him. Nice. Good stuff. Oh, we have one guy running in the airfield just to our right. We have this guy too. Take care of him. I think there was one more in the airfield running right. I just don't have an angle at him at the moment. Another guy in the parking lot of ACT. We have a suppressed AK-12 probably coming out from the window in ACT. I think that's what that was. So we do got to be careful with that. All because we're running a red dot. If I wanted to, I could probably switch on the voodoo from one of my AK-19s. It'd be the smarter move, but just because this is what we started with, we're going to try and do a whole raid with it. Reload the mag, make sure we're topped up here. And see if we can try and play the cover as much as we can. Angle ourselves, because this guy's most likely on the stairs just inside. And if we play these containers here, we should block off that, that point of contact. We're gonna have a couple guys we'll have to worry about here. One guy, parking lot, dead. This guy might peek out here. This is where we can camp and start bringing the laser. I'm gonna see if we can quickly move over here and then slow down as soon as we get up into this building and really just start pre-aiming. One down there. Pre-aim those stairs. Make sure our left is clear. Make sure the guy at the front entrance is clear. This is a green beret again, so green beret guys, always loot. See if you can find those rare keys. Grab that BS ammo. Again, dog tags are going to be there for a task eventually for you. And then we work our way up, and we're just going to clear out this ACT just so it eliminates the threat of them shooting at us when we do start working our way up to headquarters. So far, so good. So there's most likely a threat. Just okay. Well, yeah. Make sure we're checking those doors. If you want, you can also take off the handguards. These entire handguards and gas tube off. This thing right here. This thing is really nice to take off because that's the majority of the weapon, and it sells for around $400.
Just fucking die!
Keep working our way up here. Gonna be able to get an angle at this guy right here. Maybe not. Okay, there. We're gonna hope there's no one to the left. We kind of cleared left. We don't have the full clear, but we're gonna use this door as cover and peek right. Nice. Now clear left. Left's good. Majority of upstairs is clear because we did take them out earlier. So now we're gonna switch to uncanted again. Go red dot. We're gonna look for anyone on top of the roof. Doesn't look like roof is really peeking at the moment. There might be one right here. I think I might have dropped him. I don't think my 10.5 is just gonna do enough over there. I think we hear another one up top here, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about him because if I expose myself to those windows at headquarters, it's not gonna go well. Now again, if I was using a longer gun, I could aim through here, aim through the windows at HQ, probably see like 3 or 4 guys, take them out. But because I am running a red dot and I'm stubborn when I do these runs, I'm gonna keep with my red dot and kind of just play off that red dot. So we know the majority of everyone is cleared over here. We're going to start working our way down to the back entrance, the far west side entrance of headquarters here. ACTs. Oh, also, I forgot. Before we move out, there's 2 more little loot spots in ACT. I totally forgot to show you guys. 2 doors here. Really, really good loot in them most of the time. Bam, Delta. Not bad at all. A little skull mask. And then looks like someone actually dropped an RPC there. And then in here we have the medical crate that sometimes drops stricts, and sometimes there's actually a 308 line here. So those are the 2 buildings I forgot to show, or those are the 2 little loot areas I forgot to show you. And alright, let's start working our way to the good old headquarters. Alright, so we're gonna wrap around here. Make sure we're not being spotted to anyone else towards the airfield. Looks like there's actually one right there. Down he goes. And let's start working our way up now. Looks like there's actually someone coming through the main entrance. So he's going to clear the whole main area. So I should be able to clear the backside. And we honestly might be able to head in together, which will be a lot easier. Again, if you're solo, sometimes you do hope that another person is clearing the area for you, especially if you're doing tasks or just doing loot runs. Actually, you know, especially if you're doing tasks. Loot runs are a different story. You kind of want the loot all to yourself, but sometimes it helps to be a team player, you know? I don't know where this guy is shooting from. Literally 0 idea. Alright, reload, please. Alright, that got a little sketchy. It's one of those times a day where it gets really hard to see stuff when the sun is like glaring on them. So keeping that in mind, that people at that fence sometimes are a little bit of a pain. I probably should have played that a little better. I was very lucky to get out of that alive. Phantom's taking a little bit of a beating, but Phantom definitely does his job. Broke 2 parts of my arm. That's always great. Let's keep on the move now. We know we took out the majority of the guys at this little gate here. Now we're really just going to be looking for... Oh, it looks like we have another guy here. Look towards the right side of this gate here. Looks good. Left is looking pretty damn good as well. Sneak past this little area. Get behind cover. Not even going to have to worry about that guy right now. 48 in the mag still, so we're chilling. Looks like there's a guy just staring at the wall. Looks like, honestly, he might have been taking a little bit of a leak there. Guys down there. Maybe we'll take this guy out. There he goes. Looked like he might have been looking at my buddy that was entering from the main entrance there. And then from here is where it can get a little dicey. This is where we turn the flashlight on, because sometimes you just cannot see in this place. It's usually maybe 1 or 2 sitting outside here. 1 in the cafeteria area. So we're going to pay attention to that as soon as we enter. Take care of that guy. Take care of that guy. Take care of that guy. Alright, we're going to loot this guy's BS ammo. And then we're going to get inside and start clearing the inside of the building. We do have a couple nades if needed. Now what I like doing is closing these doors, because whenever we do come down, if the doors are open, that means we have missed someone that was behind us. One there. Or make sure all of these rooms are clear. So got a decent amount of guys outside to our left. Maybe see if we can take a peek out here and get rid of them. There's one down there. One's really close. Dropped him. Dropped another one there. Like I said, you got closing that door is always a very, very good idea, just because of that. All right, and this is where we start getting a little bit more aggressive. We're gonna turn off our flashlight. We're gonna turn on the laser. We're gonna go canted here. Gives us a little more peripheral.
Hey, come out! We're not done here.
Door might have opened left again. We're gonna go check our left hallway. No, door's good left.
Come out. Throw down your gun and I Get that bastard. Enemy detected.
Reload.
You are surrounded. Just come out.
I'm gonna
and
check
get on
behind
the
again.
ground.
Behind looking good.
Kill you, motherfucker. Over here.
Okay, reload. Pack those mags. And then just because we have a nade and we hear someone up there, why not use it?
You can't shoot for shit.
Alright, Alright, we hit one to the right, so we know he's right. Let's whip another one up there. That might be a perfect one. Alright, we dropped one there. In the room, take a little bit of cover. See if there's any good loot real quick. Not looking like anything, so we're gonna keep working our way up. I think we had one flanking us. Thank God we paid attention to that. Alright, and then from here, start pre-aiming. Now this guy's either coming below me or he's above me. He's most likely above me. It's looking good. Alright, we're gonna go uncounted again. We're gonna go red dot. Then we're gonna look to take anyone out on top of the building.
You think you can run forever? There.
One dead on the roof there. Good. One dead on the roof over there. Alright, roof is looking pretty good. One little thing you can loot up here. Ammo box. There's a green crate to our right. If you want SR ammo, always take that for the Mosin or the BP. Also really, really good for 545. The SR is really good for the SVD. B13N, really good attachment for the SVD too. I think this is standard 10 meg, right? Not worried about a 10 meg. We'll grab these guys, this guy's stuff real quick. We'll loot all these guys. These guys probably have SR. LPS there. Nothing too good. And then we'll go check these last two guys here. SR there. And then probably some more SR on this guy. SR and A210 key. Or FN A210 key. Looks good. Mag check. 40 in the mag still. We're pretty good. We might as well top up though. Alright, and now we'll go downstairs and we'll start looting up. The entrance to Fort Narith isn't as bad as actually being in Fort Narith. Fort Narith is where they all just start stacking on you. One of the main areas. We're gonna go in here, see if we can maybe find a couple high value loot here. A couple things of high value loot. Hopefully. Although, oh, there we go. Intel, dark pearl necklace. You might find some bourbon down here every once in a while. Nothing there. Safe is looted. And that's this area. Nothing too crazy. And then this is the next area. We're gonna maybe leave all this. We'll check these real quick, but I usually don't find too much in here. I'll leave that room too. See if anyone else had a little bit of little credit card there. A little more money. Okay, and then we go. This is the other really good room. Not the one I'm going to right now, but the next one. I just want to make sure everything's good in here. Sometimes you'll find some kind of intel on these tables. Not looking like anything right now. Alright, so this is another really good room. It does require a key, so keep that in mind. The key is found off the boss. Open this up. Get in here. Ammo box, more SR. BT. I have a decent amount of BT, so I'm not too worried about that. Tracer rounds for 545. They're pretty decent, to be honest. Nothing good in there. Military gear, helmet, and another Phantom. AK-15. Nothing too good in there. This is where the good stuff usually appears. Yeah, we got a nice little SVD. Another AK-19. So we're going to be overweight. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be overweight. And so one thing we're going to do is we're going to throw some stuff. We'll do this. We'll take the voodoo off here. And then we'll take the... What do I want to get rid of here? Money. We can probably make some room here. The peel out on there. Mask. is whatever. And then we do this, take that off, unload that, drop. Take the ratnik grip off, bam, bam, just like that. We basically have everything we need. And now that's the run. That's the run from, that's the run all the way from training course, shooting range, underground armory, taking out ACT, working our way back up into headquarters. And now that we're very heavy, we're gonna see if we can actually, let's drink up here real quick. We'll drink up. Then after that, we'll look to work towards Bronco. Make sure everything's good. 60, 60, 60. Everything's good. Looks like we might be dealing with another AI just out these doors. Now, I did have a teammate clear out most of the main entrance, so I might come in from the left. So I might exit from the left. I hear this guy to my right over there. I'm going to exit from my left and see if we can actually work our way out the main entrance. Considering that I think he probably cleared out the majority of the players. We do got to stay a little aware, though. We did hear a guy talking to our right. I actually see him. Pretty sure I dropped him there. We have another one right here. Dropped him. Everything else looks pretty clear. So let's make our way out of here. Yeah, it looks like all these guys are cleared out too. Now that we finished our main objective and clearing out all of headquarters, firing range, all that good stuff, ACT, let's head back to Bronco with our loot and finish off the run. Hopefully you found this a little helpful. Hopefully you take this little run and realize that like there are different areas you can enter from in Fort Narith, and I'm going to show you some really awesome ones. This was one out of a couple more I want to show you guys. So let's head back to Bronco and we'll go over all the loot we found, and then we'll end it over there. All right, we're back here at Bronco. Let's see the goods we came out here with. A lot of ammo. Look at all of this ammo, boys. Look at all this ammo, fellas. BS, 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 BP, SR. We have a little bit more. I'm gonna make this one into a little sniper one. SR, SR, M62, more BS, BS up here, M62, SR, M62, M855, solid, and then we don't really care, we'll sell that. We're gonna throw this here, some voodoos, $1,300 with 2 credit cards, 3 AK-19s with voodoos on them. Take all the voodoos off there. So good, so good. And then I'm not a big fan of the AK-19s. I will be when they get suppressors, but look at that. Just those 4 weapons that we're selling here, $5 grand just from those. Beautiful. SVD we're gonna throw in here, we'll use later on. 1 ring, Intel, diamond necklace, or I think it's pearl necklace, dark pearl necklace. B13N we're gonna keep, really good for SVD. That's that. Like honestly, that's a solid run. Not like a crazy run, loot wise, like money wise, but just overall just great gear you can get out of those. Fort Narith is always great for gear. That's like what you're going in there for. You're gonna find every once in a while a pretty solid high value loot run as well, but for the most part we're going in there for gear. Hopefully this video has helped you out and you're taking into considerations that there's really not just one entrance you can go into Fort Narith. There's many. It's whatever one you are comfortable with and whatever your main objective is. Delta 3, training course, shooting range, underground armory, great loot run just by itself. If you want to go into headquarters, you can risk doing that, but just the training course, shooting range, underground armory is really where you're going to find the most equipment. Headquarters does have that one room, so does ACT. So if you're looking for a gear run, beautiful gear run just like that. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Also, if you want to see some crazy action and crazy challenges done live, make sure you guys head over to my Twitch, my Kick, even on YouTube. I stream on all 3 platforms, so make sure you guys are following over there, subscribing here. And if you want to join the community over on Discord, do that as well. We always have a good time over there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys over in the next one. Peace out.